Hey, it's Chris Aiken from the Classic Metal Show, and I want to invite you to my first ever public book signing. I'll be doing a special reading, question and answer session, and a signing of my new book, Little Victories, A Tale of Divorce, Debauchery, and Finding Happiness on Thursday, March 20th at Visible Voice Books, located at 1023 Kenilworth Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 44113. I'll have a limited supply of Little Victories on hand to sign. I'll be reading selections from Little Victories, as well as telling stories and reading some material that was left out of Little Victories. I'll end with a Q&A session that will be a no-holds-barred affair. The signing will be from 7 to 9 p.m. at Visible Voice Books, 1023 Kenilworth Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 44113. Come out, have some fun, and be a part of a rare appearance from me, Chris Aiken.
It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That's Primal Fear with Sign of Fear. And this is Neeley showing no signs of fear at all. And if my partner Criss would pay attention, he would probably be online with me right now. But Criss, if you're listening, you need to turn on your mic and be a part of the show. That's all I got to say. So anyway, tonight here on the Classic Metal Show, we are featuring Primal Fear. What a great band Primal Fear is if you're a fan of Judas Priest. And there's Criss.
Hi, friends. I'm right on time.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you not paying attention again?
No, well, two things. One, yes, I've been drinking, and I'm not paying any fucking attention.
Gee, what a surprise.
I know. And second, the actual thing, usually on this dumbass cunt fucking Mac, usually it like bounces up and down when I have a message.
Yeah.
It didn't do that. So I didn't think that I thought you were playing another song.
No, not at all. Well, you're going to have to get your head in the game tonight there, pal, and not be so preoccupied with in-studio guests.
Look,
Hi, Neeley.
Oh, boy. She's already breaking the code.
Why?
We don't allow significant others to be a part on the mic.
My significant other. I don't have a significant anything.
Well, whatever.
She's just my friend that's here getting me fucked up.
Sure. All right, am I going to have to do the show alone tonight or what?
I'm here.
All right.
Let's go.
I know how you are and how distracted you can be.
I'm not even looking at her. I'm turned the other way.
All right.
She's to my back so that I can work.
Sure. All right. Well, anyway, let's get down to the show. I mentioned that we have Primal Fear on the show tonight.
Yes, we do.
And you're loving the new Primal Fear release.
I am. Best album that Primal Fear has done to date.
Sure. So, record of the year?
Ooh. It's a contender at this point. I mean, it's what, February?
Sure.
So it's right up there. There's been a lot of decent ones lately, but there hasn't really been any big names yet. You know, that's the whole thing is what's really been out there that's been, you know, big name and good. I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I think I gave it on Pit Riff like a 98 or something. So it's way up there.
Sure. Well, anyway, tonight we've got both Randy Black and Ralph Sheepers on the show tonight.
We do, sir.
Wow, look at us. We should we go talking metal style and say this is a double header?
Yeah, it's
a double header.
Yeah, it's a triple header because one of us has to interview those two.
Yeah,
guys.
I know, but there's two from the band, so it's a double header.
Right. Fucking knotheads.
I'm still laughing about the show from last week.
Dude, the show from last week was as good as I honestly, I've said it to you off air. I'll say it on the air too. Best show that we've done since I've been back.
Sure.
Without question.
Right. Well, I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I listened back to the Spreaker, and Tom was a hit.
Yeah, Tom had a couple of good moments.
A couple of good moments.
One or two.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, last week's show was awesome. I really enjoyed that, and well, this week hopefully the show will be just as good.
Yeah, doesn't it suck that, you know, we do a killer fucking show and then just 1 week later, it's like, all right, what have you done for me today?
Right.
You know, we can't rest on last week and talk only about last week. We got to be like, all right, this week's a new week. We got to be fucking good again.
Exactly. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill, motherfuckers. It's Tim James. How you going?
Wow, that came out of your mouth, Tim?
How are you guys?
Wow, what's going on with you, Tim? You started out as being such a, kind of a clean-cut, conservative guy. In the last few weeks, you've just kind of been off the rails in a very decadent way. What's going on with you?
I'm just all hyped up because I'm going to go and see Alice in Chains and Green Day today.
Alice in Chains and Green Day.
That's right, yeah, at the Soundwave Festival down there.
What did that cost? Like $6,000?
Nah, I thought I'd mortgage my house that I don't own, Chris. I thought that would be a good thing to do.
Jesus, Tim, wasn't that funny? God.
He didn't pay the note on his house just so he could go to his shows. Now, Tim, I know you said that your wife is not a fan of hard rock and metal. Will she be attending this with you, or will you be going alone?
No, I am going alone. She is not a... if this was an Andrea Bocelli show, she would be coming with me.
Right.
Or I would be taking her, but this is not that.
Tim, do you get special seats next to a wheelchair guy and a no-legged guy?
Well, I tell you what, man. Some of those seats are pretty freaking good, so I try to fucking get them whenever I can.
Jeez.
So, Tim, do you ever do you ever like call up and say, "Look, I'm handy capable. Give me the fucking loser seats"?
I don't know. I do have an EP called Able Bodied, so that should say it all. There was a bunch of stuff I was going to ask you guys about tonight.
All right.
Before I head off.
All right. Well, just knock them out here real quick.
All right. What the hell is going on with freaking Kiss and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Ace? Well, Ace apparently came out on Eddie Trunk's show and said that they won't be performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because apparently Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley want the current lineup to appear. What have you guys heard?
That's what I heard.
Well, actually, Tim, that's on the topic list to discuss tonight, as a matter of fact.
You know what? If they do that, I don't want to preface anything, but if they do that, that's just fuck, basically.
Jesus,
and
Tim.
Wow.
Tim, repeat after me. Are you ready, Tim? I need you to repeat something after me with the new decadent Tim. You ready?
I'm just angry.
I just want to hear you say, fuck Jesus, right in his cockhole.
Wow.
No, dude, I won't say that.
You won't let Jesus fuck you in his cockhole?
All right.
No, dude.
Oh, all right, I'm just checking, Tim, now that you're the new decadent Tim. Thought maybe you're like all the way.
No, it's yeah, I know I shouldn't be swearing, but they're like the worst words I can possibly think of to express how I'm feeling at the moment about this crock of shit.
So it's a very emotional thing for you.
Oh, dude. I mean, come on.
Well, Tim, I'm going to be honest with you about what goes on here in the U.S. Not that many people care about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a joke. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I know, but I think, and I don't think the band cares either. Paul came out this week saying it is, but I think the fans do care. I think it matters. I think it matters to Kiss's audience more than it matters to the band themselves, because they know this organisation.
Well, Tim, you have to appreciate the work of Tommy Thayer. Clearly, Tommy should be in there instead of Ace Frehley.
Look, Tommy Thayer's great, man. Tommy Thayer's awesome, and so's Eric Singer, and so's basically every lineup of Kiss. But it's not about that. I've got no problem with the current lineup or the current music they're making, although I didn't really like Monster. But, you know, I think it's good that they're making new music and doing stuff. But the thing is, this is about the, you know, the 4 founding members of the band being inducted. And part of me says, oh, this is probably a huge publicity stunt. You know, it's all, because, I mean, hell, I mean, it's kids we're talking about.
Tim, would it be acceptable if they brought Mark St. John and Eric Carr up in Kiss caskets?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Let the skeletons dance.
You come up with some fun. You come up with some good ones sometimes, Tim.
Well, you know, they're only as dead as Kiss's career is at the moment, really.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. All right, Tim. Next topic.
Have you guys heard any of the new Winger yet?
Just the clips on it online.
Okay, so Frontiers hasn't sent you any stuff yet?
No, sounds like Winger.
Yeah, I heard it. Anyway, there was something else, but I can't think of it. Oh yeah, have you made a decision on your lovemaking exploits with Jeff Tate, Chris?
No, I'm still contemplating if I can take his huge black hog up my ass.
Well, you know, you were the one that wanted a meal and not a snack, so that's what you get.
Wow, Tim, you were really just this is a side of Tim I never thought I would ever see.
I just can't wait till 5 minutes after he hangs up and his wife smacks him for all this bad language and whatnot.
Right.
I'm just being an idiot. Anyway, hail and kill, fuck you, pal. And by the way, frickin' Tom's right. It's fucking blowjob.
Nice.
I guess we're gonna lose hand job in the wash, aren't we?
Hail and kill, boys. It's Tim James calling from Sydney, Australia. How are you?
Well, thanks for calling, Tim.
Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.
And there goes Tim.
There goes Tim off to the Alice in Chains show.
Wow. What do you think's got into Tim the last couple of weeks?
The devil, obviously.
Apparently. I mean, this guy is just like unleashed.
Yeah, he really is.
He was drinking last week and he was, you know, using profanity. And this week he's just out the gate right away.
Yeah, he's dirty Tim now.
Yeah, apparently. Timmy. Wow. All right, well, there goes Tim. Got him out of the way early so he can go to his shows.
Yeah, good for Tim.
Right. So, anyway, we were discussing Primal Fear being on the show tonight, so we do have Ralph Sheepers and Randy Black on the show.
Yep.
And we will feature some of the new Primal Fear release.
That's cool.
Which people dig.
I love it.
And then Chris will be busy with his in-studio guest, I'm sure. So we'll have a lot of miscues tonight, so be prepared for that.
I always do fine when there's people here.
Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Just to clarify, yes, I was drinking last week, and I'm going to be doing some drinking now. Except there's a big difference between getting drunk and drinking, and I love fucking JD and Coke. Hail and kill.
Wow.
What is wrong with
Now, do you think the show is corrupting Tim? Do you think
it's all us?
Apparently.
Tim used to be this fucking handicapped guy that just did nice gigs.
He did. He was like this good family man, this good church-going guy, you know, good father, you know, very guarded.
Yeah, now he's Tim the Dick.
X-rated Tim.
X-rated Tim in the house.
Zodiac 12 in the chat room. X-rated Tim.
There it is. He's X-rated Tim.
Wow. Well, good for him. Wow.
About time he broke the shackles.
Apparently.
I like X-rated Tim.
Wow. That's definitely a different side of him.
Yeah, it is. It's a good side of him.
You know. Now, if you were still married, Chris, and you were allowed to do the show, and
wow, that's a whole lot of ifs.
And your ex caught that segment. She would have been up your ass bigger than Jeff Cox Black Tate. Jeff Tate's black cock.
Wow, Jeff Cox Black Tate. Huh?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who's been drinking, me or you?
I haven't had a drop. I've been drinking water. But she would have said, see what I've told you? You're influencing people. Look at what you're doing.
All right, I'm not gonna say that this is any person in general, and I'd appreciate you to do the same. But why don't you, and you need to tell this, not me, tell the story of when you were doing a broadcast here and the one lady that was here started pouting and taping up notes and shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell a little bit of that.
Can I tell that story?
Go, as long as you keep it as,
as a, an anonymous.
Somebody that was here.
All right. There was this woman that used to live at Chris's house.
Right. Now that's good.
And Criss invited me over to do the Classic Metal Show. It was the first time.
Right.
He and I did the show face to face together in the same little studio area.
Yeah, all the way from first time since back at the WSTB days.
Exactly.
Right. So and that's like 5 years.
Yeah. So Criss, I outfitted Chris's little studio there with a mixing board and all the cabling and, monitors and, mics and all that stuff. And, we were really excited because he had a nice little setup there, and I was going to come to his house for the first time, and we were just going to sit across from each other, and we were going to, just do the show.
Yeah, and we were definitely pumped.
Yeah. So we were both excited. We prepared early, made sure all the equipment was functioning, and we're ready to go on.
Yep, all set.
Well, 10 minutes in to the show.
Yes.
10 minutes after 9 Eastern time.
Okay.
I break out I can't remember the name of the band we were debuting, but the intro song that we had played for the band that we were going to feature that evening, they had a song called, like, I don't remember what the name of it was, like something about the back roads, and the story was about a guy who stumbled across basically a stripper joint on the back roads of some town.
Right.
And I said something about that's being dedicated to girls at the Platinum Horse or the strippers or something. I don't know what it was. I just every week, if you listen to the show, that I come out and I try to make a quip about the song lyric,
sure.
And that's how I start the show. And it's been a tradition for me to do that ever since I've been doing the Classic Metal Show. And, well, this lady that used to live at Chris's house, she was monitoring the show, much like the FCC does.
Yes.
And she came storming out of another part of the house and started pounding on the window.
Yeah. And we had a closed door that was just a window.
And shaking her fist at Criss. And then I heard all this rummaging going on in the kitchen area, and I see these drawers flying open and a pad of paper and a pen, and she's feverishly writing a note on a piece of paper and tapes it to the window.
Yeah.
And Chris's reaction on her next break was, I got to go deal with this. And the show was over at that point.
It really was, and it was a bad edition of the CMS.
So with this fist shaking, glass pounding, note taping, and then, of course, whatever happened over a half hour to 40-minute period when I was manning the show solo.
Right.
That was deflated the show, and we just didn't feel like doing it then.
Nope. Then it was just a coast. A lot of music.
Yeah, lots of music, and just sitting there just like two deflated guys. Just, whatever.
Sure missed that person.
Yeah, so whatever happened to your roommate? Did she move out or something?
Yeah, she no longer habitates here.
So,
there's somebody new to haunt.
Right. So anyway, very so and then I got the message that your roommate did not like me for some reason.
Oh, you were hated and still are.
And I don't know why.
You are absolutely fucking the devil with that person.
And I don't get that.
That ex-roommate hates you. Everything that I've ever said or done on the Classic Metal Show, was your fault.
Okay.
None of it would have ever come out of my mouth had it not been for you.
Right.
So you are definitely hated.
Okay.
Wishes death on you.
Well, let's just put it this way. Another friend of ours,
Yes.
a mutual friend,
Okay.
his roommate dislikes me as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody I know, huh?
Oh, yeah, somebody that's that I introduced you to
Okay.
that has business relations with you periodically.
Oh, okay. That lives in your neighborhood.
Yes, exactly.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't like me either.
Real? Well, dude, you're a fucking dick.
Apparently I am.
What do you want? You are the whole fucking problem.
Yeah. Yet if anybody who really knows me,
Yeah.
they doesn't even register.
Meanwhile, you're the one that's constantly trying to fucking rein me in.
Right. But I'm the one who's goading you on, apparently.
Oh, you're the one that's opening the door.
Sure.
You're saying, yeah, go for it.
Right.
Go for it.
All right. So anyway. Oh boy. Well, anyway, I saw some people in the chat room over there at chatandkill.com.
Yeah.
And they're pouring in there. There's quite a crowd in there tonight already.
Yeah, it's starting off big, so
Yeah.
that's good.
So if you're listening via the Spreaker, which, by the way, we broke 250,000 downloads over there.
We're at 250,000?
No, 225,000.
So almost at 250?
Almost 250,000.
Still 225,000. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
I would say that we're probably with iTunes, we're probably at 1 million.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. So anyway, we are broadcasting live through the Spreaker.
Cool.
Criss has programmed the CMS server to just kick in live with the Spreaker.
That's cool, right?
And I noticed the numbers over there at the Spreaker during the live show are actually pretty good.
Well, that's good.
We'll
take it for listeners.
They're in the double digits over there. So if you're listening via the Spreaker, welcome to the Classic Metal Show. And for those of you who are just normal, regular listeners through the normal CMS stream, welcome as well. Come on over.
Except for Diamond Ryan,
right?
Who would stop listening.
Sure.
And Mark Nero. What a fucking retard.
We'll talk about that later.
What a fucking rube. God, I wish he would fucking go back to the fucking home.
Right.
Fucking paint chip eating fuck.
Wow.
Jesus.
All right. So if you are listening to the Classic Metal Show live, we are at the chat room, Chat and Kill. Just spell it out. Chatandkill.com. Chatandkill.com. Be a part of the show tonight. Somebody over there was asking for some Wasp.
Yeah.
So, I upgraded the CMS studio this week. I told you about my new buy.
You did, yeah.
And, I got a new machine in the studio, and this thing screams.
Like that. No more of that.
Yeah, no more of that.
Every time you try to play a song?
Exactly. 2 terabyte hard drive, 3 gigahertz processor, 4 megabyte RAM.
And didn't you say like $120?
Well, it was $99 with $25 shipping.
$99 for that machine.
For that machine.
That's fucking awesome.
eBay.
Nice.
eBay. Loved it. So I was very pleased with that get.
Oh, that's solid. So, dude, I've got a couple things, too, that I have not sent you yet, but I'm going to send you here in a minute.
All right.
I was busy drinking instead of being prepared. Would you like to debut some of the new Lynch Pinnock?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll send you that. And here's one that I know you love, and I'm going to switch gears on you a little bit before you even start playing songs.
Okay.
I know you're going to play a Wasp tune, but I actually have a request that I really want to hear based on what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I would really like to hear something from Vandenberg, like Shit Hits the Fan or whatever.
Okay, all right.
Because I have the brand new Adrian Vandenberg record.
Oh?
Vandenberg's Moon Kings.
It would be nice if it was a welcome surprise like Tracy Gunn's League of Gentlemen.
It's actually good.
Good. I thought you were going to tell me something bad.
No, the name stinks. The name is terrible, but the Vandenberg's Moon Kings is actually pretty fucking good.
The Moon Kings.
Yeah, the name sucks.
It does suck.
But I'll say this. The record is good, and They even redid Sailing Ships with Coverdale singing.
Oh, nice.
Coverdale, Coverdale singing with Coverdale singing.
Oh, nice.
Coverdale on a song.
Well, Vandenberg and Coverdale are close. He said he's like his little brother. So
yeah, that's a very solid record. KXM, not so much. But we can feature a taste of that. I have very specific instructions what we can play off of that.
Well, that's fine.
But we can play some of that.
Sure.
And, I'm sure somebody will like it. Not me or you, but
right.
Maybe you will. You know what? I know you're a big Doug Pinnick guy. And
yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's so bad. I said this on Facebook today, and I do mean this. George Lynch must have been incredible back in the day, because how can it possibly be that George Lynch, for as much dismal shit as he's put out since like 1994, people are still excited when he does something new?
Yeah, I guess he made his mark early.
But I mean, dude, literally 20 years later, I think he's had one solid record in 20 years.
Sure.
Just Smoke and Mirrors.
Right.
I mean, Souls of We, terrible. Smoke This, terrible. Most of the solo records, I wouldn't say terrible, but not good.
Right.
What else has he done in that time frame?
Well, he did Microdot.
Terrible.
Yeah. So
he stinks.
When he does stuff that's outside of what he does best,
which is always,
it's not so good.
And that's always what he seems to do, though.
But when he does Lynch Mob,
it's good.
Good. Lynch Pilsen, that was good.
Yeah. Doc and Reunion, good.
Yeah. But when he goes outside of his zone of what he's known for,
yeah,
you just can't mix his definitive style with a modern edge. It just doesn't work.
No, it really doesn't. But we have the new stuff which we can play something from, so we'll do that in a while. I just sent that to you.
Okay.
So I don't know if you downloaded all the stuff that I sent you this week, but we've got New London.
Yeah, I have that. I actually vegged out in the studio, and by the way, I did get the actual physical copy too.
Okay, so you're gonna have to scan it so I can see our glorious credits.
Not in there. It's just a booklet. It's not in there. There's no booklet. It's just a fold. Like a.
He swore.
Well, it might be on the vinyl version.
You know what?
Because the CD version is just a cardboard fold. We're
no longer playing London.
Right. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill. Okay. So what has more chance of happening? And this is a question mainly for Neeley, but Chris, you can answer this too if you want to. Kiss, the original lineup performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or Dokken reuniting for one show for a live CD and a DVD to celebrate the release of Tooth and Nail, the 30-year anniversary?
They'll probably do that, Tim.
Dokken's happening.
That's happening this year.
Okay. Well, that'll be very, very cool. And Chris, I'll send you that money this week because freaking iTunes doesn't want to release Solitary, so in Australia. So I'll send the money to you. Hail and kill. Hand job.
I'm not supposed to share that I'm doing that, Tim.
Hail and kill, boys. It's Tim James calling from Sydney, Australia. How are you?
Well, thanks for calling, Tim.
Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And hand job.
All right.
Tim's selling me out for illegal activities. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks a lot for giving up what I'm not supposed to be doing, Tim. Appreciate that.
Nice. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All
right. I just sent you the Moon Kings. I just sent you KXM. I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll play a couple of tunes and then we'll come right back and who are we going to interview first?
Randy Black.
Okay. All right. Well, since Chris wanted to hear some Vandenberg, let's play some Wait, and then I'll kick in a little bit of Wasp, and then we'll come back.
Sounds like a plan, man.
All right, well, here it is. This is Vandenberg with Wait exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show. Hey, it's Chris Aiken from the Classic Metal Show. Most people know me as the foul-mouthed shock jock from the Classic Metal Show, or the no-nonsense heavy metal critic from pitriff.com. Now you get to learn the other side. My first book, Little Victories, A Tale of Divorce, Debauchery, and Finding Happiness, comes out on January 13th in paperback and digital formats on Amazon and iTunes. It details my real-world emotional struggles over a year that included a divorce after a quarter-century of marriage and the death of my father. It profiles things I did right, as well as a bevy of things that I did wrong with the help of alcohol, and how I found my way out of the muck of the emotional state that almost saw me commit suicide. Pre-order your copy of Little Victories, A Tale of Divorce, Debauchery, and Finding Happiness today at www.chrisaikenbooks.com and get in touch with the more fallible side of me, Chris Aiken. Sounds happy, huh?